When we think about female fertility, we often hyper-focus on things like her hormones, ovulation, and egg quality. However, there's often a really powerful and overlooked part of that process, which involves your immune system and the bacteria living within inside the uterus. This is what we would refer to as the endometrial microbiome. Your uterus isn't just a passive environment, it's actually incredibly active and immune rich, especially in the luteal phase, which is about 5 to 9 days post-ovulation. One of the important immune cells which has been studied in fertility studies is the uterine natural killer cells. Now, despite their name, they're not there to kill. They're actually extremely important for successful embryo implantation. Our uterine natural killer cells are really important in making the endometrium receptive to the embryo. They help the embryo implant into the endometrial wall, and they also support the growth of the placenta by guiding blood vessels to form correctly through angiogenesis. When our endometrial microbiome is balanced, this is a state that we would call eubiosis. And this is when we have lots of good bacteria that produce compounds that stimulate the healthy production of these natural killer cells and therefore promote a healthy conception and implantation process during pregnancy. These good bugs we've studied to be lactobacillus species, and they are really good at helping our natural killer cells remodel blood vessels to support the embryo transfer. They support implantation, they prevent an overactive inflammatory response, and they encourage a healthy pregnancy to continue. When our uterine microbiome is out of balance, this is a state we would call dysbiosis. And this is where we've got some harmful bacteria that are stimulating the immune system and shifts it towards more of an pro-inflammatory response. Instead of supporting implantation of an embryo, this immune response disrupts the natural killer cell function. It fails to remodel the blood vessels properly, so we don't get angiogenesis and the development of new blood vessels to create a placenta and support the growth. And it also increases the risk of implantation failure or early pregnancy loss. So why am I telling you all of this? This is merely just to outline the connection between your microbiome and your potential fertility or infertility. This is a new area of research, so we're learning things every single day. However, I am absolutely mind blown with some of the research coming out showing how important the bacteria living in and on us is. So if you are a female and you are showing signs of dysbiosis within your vaginal microbiome, or you're suffering with endometriosis or intense pain, period pain, that is a sign that there's potentially some work to do on that microbiome level, and working with a naturopath is a really good first step in exploring your options.